Oh, yeah! Oh, yes! Welcome back, everybody, to the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. I am your host, Crypto Bro, also known as Brian. Call me either or. I don't really care. How the hell is everybody? It's a beautiful Thursday night / early Friday morning, and we definitely have plenty to talk about as we endeavor on the journey of more market analysis. And as the title suggests, you guessed it right. I'm going to analyze AMC. I'm going to fucking roast the shit out of people on Facebook. I'm going to do it. It's coming, and I don't give a damn. So without further ado, thank you for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching the YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. And if you're a current subscriber, thank you for your supports and generosity. I'm going to change up the flow. Put on that chill music for the background here. Booyah. And we begin. Let's go ahead and, actually, let me get my water bottle here, because I have a feeling we're going to need it here. We're going to start off with NASDAQ, and boy, oh boy, let me tell you guys what. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you something now. Some of the dispositions that I laid out in my analysis in yesterday's live stream have come to fruition and have played out. I told you guys it was very, 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 very possible to confirm lower highs on the structure and start seeing price action move back down to the targets to the downside here. And what do we see on NASDAQ? Exactly that. Another little up test of the 21 exponential here. Didn't even breach it, rejected it fully, and we just broke support as well. Not only that, but we did just confirm on a candle body closure new lows in the formation, which means, yes, downtrend has been confirmed, downtrend has been confirmed, downtrend has been confirmed. High, lower low, lower high, lower low. We are in the precipice of a downtrend. Now, again, as I will state, until the time comes, the macro perspective remains intact, but the shorter term time frame and the medium term time frame perspective on this is not so hot right now. Not so hot right now. Fresh break of tentative support, potentially looking to flip it into new tentative resistance today. Yes, it wouldn't be out of the question to see a little bit of a pop back up, test current resistance at 15,650, but I will be looking for a tentative closure / rejection below this region today if that condition is met. I mean, it's obviously, as long as we're above this region here at 15,003, that's going to be the first and only target that I'm going to outline. Oh, hold on. Got to refresh. I do think we do have some requests today. And there they are. We got a few of them. Yep. Where was I at? Yes, so price action breaks support here, looking to potentially flip to new tentative resistance. Realistically, I would be looking at like $15,000 even as the next tentative target to the downside here. Again, confirming a downtrend as of literally yesterday here, new lows. Once we see that lower high, right? Once we see that lower high after confirming new lower lows here, that is your confirmation of a downtrend. I will be looking for this downtrend to continue to the next valid target. Obviously, I want to see price action close below 15,320 before I look for that overall target, but this is the overall target, ladies and gentlemen, $15,000 for NASDAQ here. Price action coming up to the 21 exponential, getting rejected, confirming a lower high. And you guys know what I'm going to say already. As long as price action remains below the 21 exponential, I remain pressure down. Pressure to the downside. RSI here confirming a lower high, rejecting the 50 read as well as the negatively sloped exponential. New lows? Let's look. Barely. I really have to zoom in for that one. Barely new lows. Barely new lows. But new lows nonetheless on RSI as the downtrend for the RSI continues to show the real momentum on price action right now. RS stochastics. Yep, looking like it wants to curl back to the downside again, potentially looking to go for new lows here. I would consider this just a little bit of like a pity, move to the upside at the current moment in time, as a result of confirming that lower high. Any momentum to the upside has been negated, in my opinion, with the confirmation of a downtrend. Again, it's not a macro downtrend, but within the structure, we have confirmed yet again lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and new lower lows. That is a textbook definition of a downtrend, so pressure is implied to the downside until proven otherwise. The only proof otherwise at the current moment in time would be a clean break of the 21 exponential on new highs, stop and reverse. That would be the only thing that would convince me of a move potentially back up to the current all-time high resistance level at 16,570. But again, the evidence is here. The evidence is in the pudding here. Breaking down below the 50 read on RSI, confirming a low, boom, bounces back up, gets rejected at the 50 read here in confluence with rejecting the negatively sloped exponential, back down. Stochastics getting rejected as well while remaining in the bearish control zone. There's plenty of evidence here, and price action remains below the 21 exponential. Excuse me, there's plenty of evidence here, ladies and gentlemen, to suggest the potential movement to the downside being a higher probability than not. So as far as this one is concerned, you guys, I am biased to the downside until proven otherwise. Excuse me while I chug some water. Moving on, SPY futures, same thing. Same thing here, breaking below the diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity, and we do see price action at the current moment in time remaining below that, testing that region as tentative resistance here. Again, if we do see a candle closure below this diagonal trend line here today, I will be looking for targets all the way back down to this red horizontal support at 45.65, spot 75 here. Not only that, but we did just reject resistance here, and never flipping it to new tentative support, boom, back down. Again, sometimes, when you're looking at that 21, you guys, you got to be very, very, very careful at the market structure. This is a trade. While I would have entered, I would have made my risk management point very tight, just due to the fact that there was, always that underlying possibility of confirming a lower high within this region. Now, the only thing we don't have are lower lows. We technically do have a lower low below this region here, but if we're going to consider it change of behavior, I am still looking at 45.65, spot 75 as the change of behavior point for the short and medium term time frames. You could argue like the 1 hour and a 4 hour, we have seen a change of behavior. We have taken out what lows? We have taken out lows up here. But when you zoom out, it still kind of looks like maybe we're on some kind of uptrend as far as the 1 hour is concerned. 4 hour, technically confirming no new lows just yet. But the daily, we've taken out daily lows here, and that carries more weight, in my opinion, than the shorter-term time frame perspective here. So new lows have been confirmed. We technically do have the etchings for a downtrend here, but this one's looking a little weaker, to be honest with you. Sometimes when I say that, it bites me in the ass, just for the simple fact that I'm so rudimentally and fundamentally, stuck to sticking to my trading rules here. And per the trading rules, we do have new lows. Per the trading rules, we did the diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity, and we could potentially reject it and confirm it as new tentative resistance. Again, at which point I would look for moves all the way back down to this region here. The only thing at this current moment in time that would convince me otherwise would be a full reversal back above the 21, and from a conservative standpoint, back above this current lower high. RSI, same thing, confirming lower highs, breaking below the 50 read here, looking to potentially confirm it as resistance. Stochastics also flagging a critical signal below the 50 read as well, which is going to make me want to plot me that 35 read, because that is the next zone that I'm going to be looking for stochastics to enter, especially if we continue further down. From a macro perspective, though, remember, ladies and gentlemen, I am not macro bearish on this until we see closures below the macro structural low at 42. We'll call it 4,300 bucks here. Until then, everything else above this is free game. Level by level, I'm playing it level by level, waiting for confirmation here. Technically, this is a fresh break. We don't have confirmation below the 21 exponential, but again, that's why I'm saying I'm waiting for confirmation on this one today. And if we do get confirmation on this one today, I'll be very confident that the probability of moving it to this target 45.65 will be vastly increased here. So again, it's a game of statistics and probabilities, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not guaranteeing any kind of movements. I do get hyped when my targets are met, or what I say on my analysis actually plays out. I do get excited for that, but remember, my bias means nothing here. Absolutely nothing. My opinion is invalid. What matters is what the chart is telling me. The technicals is what matters here, ladies and gentlemen. So for what the chart is telling me right now, yes, it is possible that we reverse to the upside, but the evidence presented on the chart suggests otherwise. It does suggest downside pressure likely steps in here. That's going to do it for SPY futures. Now, this is something that's a little confusing to me. We are seeing a cataclysmic continuation to the downside. Target has been met, target has been met, target has been met twice on price action for the US dollar index. Any candle closure below 94.60, that flips it into new tentative resistance. I will be looking for this region here. I mean, nah, that's a lie. Scratch that. I'd be looking for this region here, 94 bucks even. Yeah, 94 bucks even is yeah, I would be looking for $94 even as an next tentative target. If we do see 94.60 flip into tentative resistance here, I would be looking for pressure to continue to the downside, while RSI barely touches the top of the bearish control zone, looking to enter. This is a breakdown of structure right here, ladies and gentlemen. We could be looking at a potential change of behavior. We technically have confirmed a change of behavior with the break of the range lows here, and follow through and continuation to the downside. But this is what's confusing to me. US dollar index is declining, and it's declining with testicular heft. However, so is everything else. We saw some lower highs being confirmed on a lot of assets today, and we're seeing breaks back below the 21 on a lot of assets today. So I do want to see how the rest of this formation plays out before making some new data points for historical relevance for the US dollar index in confluence with the rest of the general market. So it is a little interesting to watch, but we do see a lot of bearish pressure for the US dollar index here. New lows confirmed on stochastics, barely, but close enough is close enough. We are on new lows here, back into the bearish critical zone. US dollar index is playing out some bearish moves here. Again, from a macro perspective, yes, we are technically still intact. We haven't taken out any, major low, but I would be looking at this red line as that change of behavior point. Any candle closure below 93.57 here that flips to new tentative resistance, destroys the whole formation, and flips my perspective from bullish to bearish. We are well and far away from that for now, but we are seeing downside pressure. Look at that 21. Very, very, very negative slope here. This is definitely confidence in the momentum to the downside here. RSI, again, closer to the bearish control zone. Stochastics, continuing a downtrend in the bearish critical zone. not looking too hot for the US dollar index. The only thing that convinces me otherwise would be a low right here, right now, or even a low right around $94 even. That would convince me that, hey, look, we might have a structural high or low, and we could potentially be continuing back up into this bullish trend here. But this is this looks like a reversal. This looks like a reversal style formation at the current moment in time. So realistically, you'll keep your eyes open, look for this support to either hold or break and flip to new tentative resistance, and then look for the continuation to $94. If we do stop and reverse here, I would look for a back test of the diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity, which I will extend just a little bit here. Somewhere around 95 spot 25 could be a potential target to the upside. If we confirm a low, and if we do confirm a low and we legitimately reverse back to the upside here, we could be in the precipice of continuing a bull market, but I won't be convinced until we confirm new highs, which at the current moment in time is like right here. Let's line it up. Yeah, right here. Right freaking here. So we're going to leave that there. That's going to be the upside change of behavior point. I will mark it with a different color for iteration here. Thicken that bad boy up. Boom. So that would be the change of behavior point. If we are going to achieve a bullish perspective, this is reversal, ladies and gentlemen, at the current moment in time. So things will get interesting. Things will be interesting for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and move on. I do want to check out the Hall of Fame Village today here. We are putting a lot of pressure back on that support here at $1.46. We're just above it. The target technically has been met to the downside after seeing a pump back up to the 21 exponential, getting rejected here. I will be looking for this still to break to the downside here. Stochastics, we do have rising lows. That's the only argument, but we are not seeing very, very good structure out of the stochastics here. Very bearish. Yes, we are on new highs, but with stochastics, we want to see continuation with stochastics, right? We want to see boom. We don't want to see a lower high confirming new lows. I am still ultimately bearish on this one. RSI crossing back below the exponential, looking to re-enter the bearish control zone. If we do break $1.46, I will be looking for downside targets towards $1.23. The only thing that would convince me otherwise would be a full reversal above the 21 with confirmation, and on new highs above $1.81 with confirmation as well. If that condition is met, I would look for the next upside target around $2.16. But the way this one's looking, this is a bear market. Boom, this is bearish as shit. This chart is absolutely ass at the current moment in time. Dog shit. So that's where we're going to leave that one. Real quick, real sweet, real short and to the point. Perspectives usually don't change unless I see evidence of change, right? Right. So that's that. Yeah, that's gonna do the Hall of Fame Village. Now, here's where I'm gonna, guys. Oh my God. Try not to. Let's check out fucking AMC. Look, a change of behavior has just been confirmed, right? And I try not to be too vulgar, but what the fuck are some of these people thinking? So, here's your goddamn short squeeze. For anybody that really wants to fucking know, that's your fucking short squeeze right there. When an asset that has no fucking business going up 3,300% goes up 3,300%, that might be your fucking short squeeze. Bro, this is advice. This here is advice. And I hope you hear it. If you're going to trade or invest, do your own due diligence and stop relying on a fucking bullshit Facebook page to tell you what's hot and what's not. You're not gonna find recommendations on what stocks to buy on my Facebook page. You're going to see me post, good morning, how are you, sub to the channel, let's talk TA. You gotta open a fucking book. You gotta do some research. You gotta do your due diligence if you want to be in this game and you want to be consistently profitable over time. I love seeing people lose money, but at the same time, I don't, because they never fucking learn. They never learn. They don't learn. I had to rant about this today because, you know, I put so much time and effort into my thing here, 4 years and counting, into studying every day, into researching every day, into analyzing every day, into everything that I do to, you know, make money in the stock market the way I do make money in the stock market. And I laugh my ass off when people tell me that technical analysis is bullshit. You're fucking hilarious, buddy. There was a guy that told me charts are irrelevant, yada yada yada, and this is probably the same guy that is still waiting for a short squeeze on AMC. AMC, a company that has no fucking business blasting off 3,000 fucking percent, gets a whole bunch of fucking Reddit, you know, Cheeto fingers, you know, on the internet, you know, licking on their fingers and smashing their fucking keyboard all the time, ganging together, let's go pump it. And you know what? They succeeded. They did it. Right? They outsmarted some people. But you're not going to forever outsmart the people who are really in charge of the market. You're not. You're just not. You're not. They're going to figure you out one way or another, and they're going to prevent you from doing this kind of bullshit again. The short squeeze already happened, ladies and gentlemen. If you're waiting for a short squeeze, come on, man. I told this guy, you know, while I'm sitting here consistently profiting from my squiggly lines and irrelevant charts, while I'm getting that bag every fucking day, you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for a short squeeze that happened months ago. The squeeze already happened. This is the kind of channel I want to have. Brutal honesty. Again, because I see people wasting their time, I see people wasting their efforts, I see people wasting their fucking money, following what other people on the fucking internet say. Do your own due diligence. There's a description in my channel for a reason. None of this is construed to be used as financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or positions. You should probably be smart enough not to do what fucking Facebook tells you or what fucking Reddit tells you, because in the end, you're likely gonna lose money. Especially if you fucking bought the top of the short squeeze and now you're down fucking 70%. But Brian, this short squeeze hasn't happened yet. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Look, on the most heartfelt level that I can possibly, on the truest level, the most honest level, if you guys are watching my YouTube streams, those who are community members of the FoR Technical Analysis YouTube channel, you're a part of this, right? This is a game that requires time, effort, discipline, studies, and psychological strengthening. You can't just willy-nilly trade, buy the top of an asset and say all the shorts. You gotta do research, guys. You gotta study. You gotta learn. You have to understand market dynamics. You have to understand what a trend is. You have to understand when a market is bullish or when a market is bear. Like, there are things that you have to learn and study and understand and memorize and pound endlessly into your brain. This is why I look at charts for fucking 8 to 12 hours a day, because I am constantly pounding information and learning how the market flows. That's the beauty of technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'll be the first person to admit it's not a perfect niche. It's not a perfect, you know, it's not perfect. You're not going to find a strategy that gets you profits 100% of the time, but technical analysis fucking works. It works. It works if you conduct your own research. So, you know, maybe I'll piss a couple of people off. That's fine. I'm not here to give a shit about your feelings. I'm here to make money. I'm here to profit from the stock market. I'm here to feed my family for the rest of my life from the stock market. That's what I'm here to do. I am ruthlessly dedicated to this craft. And unless you are also ruthlessly dedicated to the craft and conducting research on a daily basis and conducting analysis on a daily basis, this game is not for you. It's not. Get the fuck out. Stop doing it while you can. If you want to be the 0.05% of people that get fucking lucky, fine. Keep wasting your money. You have a 0.05% of a chance to buy a stock, and that stock going through the fucking roof and making you rich. You have more chance. You have a higher probability of getting hit by lightning and bitten by a shark at the same fucking time than you do just willy-nilly, not knowing what the fuck you're doing, throwing money into a stock and getting rich overnight. You have to do research. You have to conduct your own research. You have to stay on it. You have to stay on it every single day. I am on these charts for a reason, because I am looking like a snake in the grass, like a sniper waiting for his next kill to get on any positive signal, any confident-inducing signal to take profits from the stock market. Conduct your own research, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's going to be the end of my rant. I want to influence people to do the right thing when they're coming into the stock market. I truly do. I'm not claiming to be this high, above average, professional. I'm not there yet. I'm still working towards that goal. But at the same time, at least I know the fucking rules. I know the rules of the game. I know the rules of the game. I know when I need to enter. I know when I need to take profits. I know when I need to get out, right? I know the rules of the game. I have a solid, fundamental understanding of what happens, what ebbs and flows in the market. And I don't need news. I don't need hype. I don't need this or that. I don't need reasons. I need evidence. That's it. That is all I need. That's why I love technical analysis so much, because a lot of these people, like I said, a lot of these people I'm seeing on Facebook, guys, oh, you're waiting for the short squeeze. It's coming. It's coming. It's the short squeeze. How do you gotta look at a chart. If you just look at the chart, you will see the short squeeze has already happened. Again, a stock that has no reason going up 3,300%. Goes up 3,300%. That's your fucking short squeeze. Now we're looking at change of behavior. So I'm going to go ahead and analyze this while I continue to rant. AMC. I don't know why this is a 2x right here. Let's go and flip that here. Line it up a little bit better. Open this chart up. Technically, closing on new lows. AMC has. Yes, we have. AMC is on new lows, and let me tell you something very, very, very confidently. If we see a flip to new tentative resistance here at $20, we'll call it 21 bucks. If we fail to close back above 21 bucks, the next target becomes 14.5 bucks. Very clear, very concise, very well-defined target to the downside here. The only other point of support that I can visualize here. Now, what I want to pull the Fibonacci's up onto this mother trucker here, because I am interested at seeing where you wouldn't be, you can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. Look at that. Price action. Already hit the spot 786 Fibonacci retracement level. If we see continuation and confirmation of resistance below that level here, the spot 886 Fibonacci retracement level becomes the next valid target, and wouldn't you fucking know it, look at that shit line up. Close enough is close enough, right in line with that next target to the downside at $14.50 here. I would be very confident in seeing this price action achieve that target upon confirming new tentative resistance below the spot 786 here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing about this chart is good. RSI definitely being controlled by the bears right now, looking at rejection of the top side of the bearish control zone. Exponential is in a negative slope here, and we are seeing a sharp continuation to the downside. Stochastics starting to see a little bit of right? Starting to see a little bit of but it's still negative. It's still in the bearish critical zone here. The bears have absolute control. None of this structure here provided any bullish sentiment here. Stochastics bouncing up, getting rejected by the bottom side of the bullish control zone. Never a good signal here. So this is not the pinnacle of health and fitness. This is looking bearish. This is absolutely looking bearish right now. The only thing that would convince me otherwise right now would be a candle closure above $30.70. That'd be the only thing that makes me immediately bearish, or excuse me, immediately bullish on this asset. Stopping and reversing here and now, opening and closing above the 21, forcing all momentum oscillators through some critical lines, preferably, RSI breaching the 50 read, stochastics breaching the 50 read, and continuing in a bullish fashion, at the same time confirming some type of change of behavior on new highs with confirmation. Until then, I am absolutely biased to the downside on this. We just broke support here, and I will be looking for continuation and potentially confirming new tentative resistance. And again, if that condition is met, I will look for $14.50, which is by no stretch of the imagination a bullish move. So that's AMC. Again, I do believe it has no business. It has no business being as high as it is now. The prior all-time highs, $34, and then it has been dog shit basically ever since. And then all of a sudden we get this humongous short squeeze to the upside, which, yes, was tradable. I traded AMC's little short squeeze, especially when I saw price action do what? Close above the 21 here. Perfect entry all the way back here. And I took some profits along the way, took an exit position, re-entered, took more profits, took an exit position, re-entered here, and boom, to the upside. Got to take a whole bunch of profits on this before finally getting my exit signal below the 21 at $46.20. And ever since that point here, we've just confirmed lower high after lower high after lower high, and new lows being confirmed today. Nothing bullish about this asset right now. So that's gonna do it for AMC. Now, I could be proven wrong, right? I could be proven wrong with a change of behavior, at which point I'll flip my perspective. I'll have no problem admitting that I'm wrong. But if you're fucking in at $64, you bought in at $64, and you're still waiting for something to happen, it's very possible that it doesn't. It's very possible that you end up being disappointed. It's very possible that you continue to lose your money in this asset. It's very possible. Again, while I can be proven wrong, man, you got to do your research on stuff like this, because this was definitely manipulated by the general public. Obviously, everyone knows that Reddit fucking pumped this asset, just like Reddit pumped fucking Dogecoin. Just like we saw a whole bunch of memes going through the fucking roof. It does not validate that meme. It does not, what's the word that I'm looking for? Express the true value of an asset. True value should have been $2. AMC. Personal opinion, personal bias. It is my own opinion, but at the end of the day, I conduct research. I get the bag every day. I don't need anyone to tell me what's right and what's wrong. I just gotta look at the chart and follow the general trend. The trend is your friend until the end of the trend. Until the trend comes to an end, I'm bearish on AMC. Let's go ahead and move on. We do have a couple of requests tonight. I do want to knock out Bitcoin first and foremost here. I don't know why RSI did not flag this as a top, because I'm a bearish engulfing candlestick here. Very confident. Maybe it's not a bearish engulfing. Where do we open? Open 43,893. Close 43,892. Yeah, it's a bearish engulfing. This one technically opened $1 higher than yesterday's candlestick closure here. So Bearish engulfing candlestick closing below yesterday's open. That's a bearish engulfing. This should be a top call, but it's not. I guess you could say any candle closure below, because I did see the top arrow here, highlight while the wick, was engulfed by candlestick price action, but then it kind of just divvied up, bounced up a little bit, and it disappeared. So I'm still thinking this is a top. I'm looking at this as a rejection of the 21 exponential. I am going to be looking for a retest of the current low at $40,800 here. Any candle closure below that, I will flip to a bearish perspective and look for continuation all the way down to $38,000. Again, upon confirming resistance, right? Not the initial break. We do see our RSI has been supported by a positively sloped exponential, but it is sloppy, right? This is a sloppy look. This isn't a show of true strength right now. Until proven otherwise, we are still in the bearish neutral territory, and I am still looking at this as bearish. You have a critical signal on stochastics here, but this is coming off of new lows, you guys. This is coming off of lower lows on stochastics, so it doesn't really speak volumes at the bare minimum until we see open and closures above the 21. Now, even if we see open and closures above the 21, I still don't get bullish. I still don't get bullish until we confirm new highs, right? New highs. Where's the last high? Is that really a high? Guess we can move our change of behavior point to here. 40,775 is the current high. I would consider that a change of behavior, but confidently, conservatively, I'd be looking at the major high, right? Until we see major highs being taken out. I think I'm going to stick with that until I see candle closures back above $51,000. I'm not in any way, shape, or form looking for new all-time highs at all. Not only that, but we've been trending below the 21 exponential for quite some time now, and as long as we remain below the 21 and continue to reject it, I am biased to the downside regardless of what momentum oscillators tell me. Obviously, we do have a show of strength on stochastics, but look at price action in confluence with that, not showing strength right here. RSI definitely not showing strength either. Yeah, we do cross above the bearish control zone and above the exponential, forcing it slightly positive, but again, it doesn't mean anything to me until I see confirmation, until I see evidence, right? I see specific signals line up at the same time that tell me, hey, this likely results in a legitimate move to the upside. For now, I'm still looking for like $38,000 potentially here, especially if we close below like 40,800. And that's likely going to be the same thing for the rest of the cryptocurrency market. We do have .USD as a request. Let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, same thing. Consolidating around the 21 exponential. Definitely playing around with current resistance here. We do not have any confirmation above the 21. We saw a break above the 21 and an immediate rejection the following day. That is not confirmation. And now we're seeing consolidation play out with a move back above the 21. Confidently here, if we close below $25.56, I will look for moves all the way back down to 23.60. However, if we do close above the 21 in confluence with a breach of resistance and a confirmation candle closure above, I will look for the next target to the upside, somewhere around $31 to be met. Momentum oscillators looking a little bit better here on this asset, formulating a little bit of a rising low uptrend here, and we're seeing RSI support the exponential, bounce off of it with strength here, and move towards that 50 read, and stochastics too, breaching the bearish control zone. Breaching the bearish control zone. I thought I had that wrong for just 1 second, but breaching the bearish control zone is another good signal for this one. Damn it, I fucked up. I hit the wrong button. Good. Safe. So this has true momentum, right? This has true momentum. No top call here. Yes, it did reject, but now we're seeing price action back above the 21 exponential right now. Momentum oscillators are curling up. I'm not biased any which way until I see confirmation of something here. But I do have targets to the upside. I have targets to the downside. That's going to do it for DOT. What's next? SHIB. This one rejecting the 21 exponential as well. Kind of doing the same thing, but back above the 21 right now. closures above the 21 that confirm, I will be looking for the next target to be met all the way up at 30, we'll just call it 3,900 Satoshis here. However, continuing to reject the 21 exponential and its corresponding resistance, I will look for back tests of 2635 Satoshis here. Same thing with momentum oscillators on this one. New highs being achieved on RSI. Very nice structure above the bearish control zone and above the exponential here. I do like that in confluence with our stochastics breaching the bearish control zone. Again, boom. Which means I'm gonna have to print the 50 read. So things look good for this one, but again, I'm waiting for signals. I'm waiting for confirmation, right? I'm waiting for confirmation above the 21 before I get excited for that next move to the upside. So yeah, that's kind of gonna do it. That's kind of gonna do shit here. Walmart probably looking really good. We are above the 21 on this one, but we remain within a consolidation phase above the 21 here. We are seeing momentum oscillators. One momentum oscillator really extending into the bullish critical zone here. RSI bounced off the 50 read, put in a higher low, and boom, continued to new highs? Question mark? Yes, continued to new highs. Yes, continued to new highs. So, you know, from an RSI perspective, I would say momentum to push through the top side of the range is there, but I have no confirmation on anything until we breach that region. Yes, tradable above the 21 here, but as soon as we breach the 21, we entered a consolidation period here. So looking at the range top and range bottom for, targets. Any candle closure below the range low at 143, I will look for moves all the way back down to the next low at 138. However, candle closures above 146 will lead me to believe that a test of the next resistance somewhere around $150 will likely be the next target to the upside. That's kind of going to do it. From a macro perspective, we are still riding that diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity, so the macro is still intact until we see a change of behavior below $135. So as long as we're above that, I do have to remain bullish on this asset for continuation to the upside, which is looking kind of likely here. But again, I need to see confirmation above tentative resistance before looking for the next target to the upside. What's going to be next? Disney. Ooh. Bad. Man, holy crap. Disney got shreked. I mean, technically, macro. Yeah, let's look at the weekly. I haven't done this asset, for a long time. It's been a long time. Macro, technically, we're still pretty bullish. Still pretty bullish on the weekly time frame. Again, the macro lows right here on the weekly time frame. 85, yeah, roughly $85 here. And the next low is roughly around 121. So technically, from a weekly perspective, we are still macro bullish, but on the daily time frame, we do have an uptrend in formation here. We're gonna have to get some trend lines printed. Range low. Ooh. Touch points. Touch points. Touch points. Come on, don't fuck around with me. All right, so for this price action here, we are consolidating, same thing, putting a lot of pressure on the 21 exponential, though. I would say with confidence, any candle closure below the 21, I would look for the next level down, somewhere around 146, spot 50. However, as long as we remain within this range, I am going to be looking for consolidation. I don't like what momentum oscillator is doing here. RSI looking like it wants to reject and confirm rejection of the 50 read back below the exponential, and stochastics looking like it wants to inch closer and closer to the bottom side of the bullish control zone here. Yeah, it's still in the bullish control zone, but we are seeing a decline in momentum from the bullish perspective here on these stochastics. So I would say with confidence here, any candle closure below 154, spot 25 will lead me to look for the next target to the downside around 146. However, breaking the top side of the range could be a decent thing here. Any candle closure above 159, I will look for the next target to the upside above right around 167, 168. Again, assuming we get confirmation. Yes, we are above the 21 exponential, and as long as we are above the 21 exponential, I have to be bullish on this asset, but we are putting a lot of pressure on it right now, a lot of wicks, and you can kind of see that the 21 is a little bit flatlined right now. So pressure is on. If the bulls want this one to continue, it's got to continue. Or I think, you know, bots and algorithms are going to start setting in and start, you know, forcing that downside pressure on Disney here. Man, I didn't even know this existed here. Big decline. It's been the first time I've looked at Disney for quite some time. So that's kind of going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for hearing my rant about doing your own fucking due diligence and studying your own shit and studying and reading charts and dealing with my bullshit. Thanks for coming along. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. And anybody that's already in the channel, part of the community, thank you for supporting the cause. And until next time, everybody, you already know what it is. I'll be back tomorrow for the weekend stream. Stay safe, stay happy.